Welcome to Sunday's second video. Firstly, we'll have a look at upcoming presidential election in Kenya on the 9th of August. New president will be elected. The result of this election could have an impact on two neighboring countries of Kenya, Somalia and Ethiopia. Who are the contestants and which impact can the result of this election have on Somalia, Ethiopia, Somalia, Kenya relations? Secondly, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, Somalia's president, has departed for Egypt. For the last 3 days, we have been updating you that there was likelihood of Hassan Sheikh's visit to Egypt, and reportedly he is on his way to Egypt. We'll have a look at a few important points related to Hassan Sheikh's visit to Egypt. Thirdly, we have a new story about Ethiopian Opposition Party's alliance. This alliance was formed last month in June, COPP, Caucus of Opposition Parties, and this alliance of 11 political parties has been holding some meetings with foreign diplomats as well. And after those meetings yesterday, COPP held an internal meeting and a statement was issued. Fourthly, we have a new story from Tigray. Tigray presidential spokesperson Gata Choreda just a few hours ago responded to the victories of Ethiopian athletes from Tigray who have won some medals at the ongoing World Athletics Championship. What did he say? Should sports be politicized? And how genuine are Getacheo's accusations regarding these athletes from Tigray? Accusations against Ethiopian government. And lastly, a new story from Eritrea. At the end of next week, a major Eritrean diaspora festival will be organized in Stockholm, Sweden. Opposition diaspora groups are trying to stop this event, and before that, Awel Seid has held a meeting with Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean ruler. Awel Seid, well-known Eritrean poet, has been invited to attend this diaspora festival next week. Firstly, viewers, Kenya on the 9th of August, presidential election will be held in Kenya. Question is, will this presidential election, the result of this election, have any impact on the Horn of Africa? Because we know that after the election in Somalia, we are seeing changes in the Horn of Africa. New alliances are emerging. What is going to be the impact of Kenyan presidential elections results on the Horn of Africa? Firstly, who is contesting this election? Two candidates, Raila Odinga, 77-year-old, popularly known as Baba. People call him Baba lovingly. He is facing William Ruto, who is 56 years old. So, William Ruto is 20 years younger than Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga has served as the Prime Minister of Kenya in the past, in 2013, I think. From 2008 till 2013, he served as Kenyan Prime Minister. But he never made it to be the president of Kenya, though he contested several elections in the past. Interestingly, Uhuru Kenyatta, president of Kenya, who is serving as the president on his second term, that is why he cannot contest for another term. He is backing Raila Odinga. Raila Odinga is leading a coalition called Azimio la Umoja. He is challenged by William Ruto. William Ruto is leading coalition called Kenya Kwanza. And William Ruto has been serving since 2013 as deputy president of Kenya. So he was deputy president, Uhuru Kenyatta president, but Uhuru Kenyatta is not backing his deputy president. He is backing Raila Odinga. Interestingly, in the last presidential election, 2017 election, Ruto and Kenyatta won, but Supreme Court nullified the election result. Election was reconducted and opposition boycotted. Uhuru Kenyatta was elected as the president in 2017. Now, this year's election due to be held on the 9th of August. Before that, today, Raila Odinga decided not to attend Tuesday's presidential debate with William Ruto. In a statement, Raila Odinga party said that William Ruto's campaign was full of slander, full of accusations, full of hate speech, and the man, William Ruto, did not know any ethics, any shame. That is why Raila Odinga had decided not to be part of presidential debate on Tuesday. So, tensions running high there. Election observers have arrived there. Now, question is, what is going to be the impact of this election on the Horn of Africa? Interestingly, Tigray conflict is linked to Kenya because Tigray government in its statements has openly said that it will only negotiate under the auspices of Kenya, under the auspices of Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta's name is mentioned in the statements of Tigray government. So Uhuru Kenyatta has just a few days left in office. If Raila Odinga is the new president of Kenya, will Tigray accept him as a mediator? Will Tigray accept William Ruto as a mediator if he is elected as the president of Kenya? And after the election, of course, Kenyatta will have no authority. So in that position, will he be acceptable as a mediator? Several questions will be answered in coming days. But the result of this election will definitely have an impact on Ethiopia, Kenya-Somalia relations. We know that a few days ago, Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, Somalia's president, traveled to Kenya. He signed bilateral agreement, and Somalia lifted ban on import of chaat from Kenya. And that agreement was seen as an attempt by Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud and Uhuru Kenyatta to prop up position of Raila Odinga. So if Raila Odinga loses, what is going to be the impact of this defeat on Somalia-Kenya relations? It seems that this election will have its impact on key developments happening in the Horn of Africa. Both candidates are making claims that they are leading this campaign. Raila Odinga's campaign is centered around corruption. He is saying that corruption is the #1 issue in Kenya. Let's see. We'll update you in coming videos about this key election in East Africa. Secondly, a new story from Somalia. We have been updating you about likely visit of Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud to Egypt. Now, it has been confirmed that Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud, Somalia's president, has departed on 7th official visit. He was elected in May, 15th of May. So in just 70 days, this is his 7th trip abroad. How much are these foreign visits costing? Definitely, Hassan Sheikh is accompanied by some delegations as well. Somalia is a poor country. Uh, these foreign trips are expensive trips because these delegations live in expensive hotels as well, and some critics of the government has shared details of expenditure on these foreign trips. Seventh trip, first one to UAE, Turkey, Eritrea, Kenya, Djibouti, Tanzania, and now to Egypt. Question is Somalia prioritizing its relationship with Egypt? Is it giving priority to Egypt over Ethiopia? Or is this trip to Egypt is because PM Abiy is nowhere to be seen? He has not been seen in public for the last 2 weeks. That is why Hassan Sheikh is traveling to Egypt, and after that he might travel to Ethiopia. I think Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud could have postponed his visit to Egypt if Ethiopia mattered more for Somalia. He could have waited for the availability of Ethiopian PM Abiy, but he did not. He is traveling to Egypt. It means that in present situation, Egypt matters more for Somalia. And we know that Egypt has been interested in building a military base in Somalia or in Djibouti close to Ethiopia. Egypt has been in talks with Djibouti's government for a military base there, but then Ethiopia intervened and Egypt could not succeed in building a military base in Djibouti. Now, establishment of a military base close to Ethiopia could come under discussions in Egypt while Hassan Sheikh is due to arrive there. Interestingly, a delegation from Djibouti is also arriving in Egypt. So, regional politics is taking new turns after Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud's election as the new president of Somalia. And election result of Kenyan presidential election will also have an impact on regional politics. Thirdly, we have a new story about an Ethiopian opposition party's alliance which held a meeting a few hours ago. COPP, Caucus of Opposition Parties, held a meeting. Opposition alliance of 11 opposition parties. Its representatives held some meeting with foreign diplomats in Addis Ababa a few days ago. Diplomats from UK, Germany, France, and other countries, they were in talks with representatives of these opposition parties. And after meeting with diplomats, this alliance held an internal meeting a few hours ago. We know that Oromo Federalist Congress, Oromo Liberation Front, Ogaden National Liberation Front, Afar People's Party, Tigray Arena Party, and some other 11 parties are members of this alliance. The alliance, after the meetings, issued a statement. It says that there is need of political will to resolve conflicts in Ethiopia. Political will on the part of Ethiopian leadership, but the will is missing. It says that the solution to the ongoing conflicts in Ethiopia is dialogue, but not the government-backed dialogue, but a dialogue which is independent, which is participatory, and which has implementation force as well. This alliance is demanding lifting of ban on some groups. It means it is demanding lifting of ban on TPLF and OLA, release of all political prisoners, starting of political activities, and provision of aid who are in need of aid, cessation of hostilities, ceasefire, and then talks. Will it happen? Ethiopian government is backing its own National Dialogue Commission, which was formed by Ethiopian Parliament, and Ethiopian Parliament is overseeing this National Dialogue Commission. But opposition parties, they have rejected the national dialogue, and they are in talks with foreign diplomats. They are trying to gain the support of international community, that it should put pressure upon Ethiopian government. Ethiopian government should start this national dialogue anew. Will it happen? Let's see. Fourthly, Agatha Achoreda, Tigray presidential spokesperson, a few hours ago responded to the victories of Ethiopian athletes who are from Tigray, who have won medals at World Athletics Championships ongoing in Oregon, US. Gudaf Sege, a few hours ago, won a 5,000 meter race. She won gold for Ethiopia. Before that, Sambet Gede also won gold in 10,000 meter race for Ethiopia. Both are from Tigray, and we know that Sambet Gede's parents appeared on Tigray TV, and they said that for the last 2 years they were out of touch with their daughter. What did Getachew say? Getachew firstly congratulated the athletes from Tigray who have won medals at the championship. Secondly, he said these athletes are performing against the odds. They faced persecution. They faced discrimination. Despite all these odds, these athletes are winning. And it's very painful that authorities in Addis Ababa are taking the credit of the wins, taking the credit for the wins of these Tigrayan athletes. I personally think that Tigray government should not politicize the wins of Ethiopian athletes, whether from Tigray or from other regions of Ethiopia. No athlete has complained that he or she faced discrimination or persecution. Then why is Getachew making these claims and leveling these allegations? Derato Tolo, Ethiopian Athletics Federation president, has tried to keep this institution free from ethnic issues, and she has largely succeeded. That is why Ethiopian athletes are performing. Lastly, viewers, it seems Awel Seid is on his way to Stockholm, Sweden. In Stockholm, Sweden, at the end of next week, Eritrean diaspora community is going to organize a festival, diaspora festival, one of the main festivals in Europe, and large number of Eritrean diaspora community members are expected to attend this program. And opposition diaspora groups, they're trying to stop this program. They're trying to gain the support of local lawmakers. And we know that Awel Seid is a guest. He will attend this program. Awel Seid, Eritrean poet known for his patriotic poetry. Some say pro-war poetry. Some say he promotes war. So he is invited, and he has held a meeting with Isaias Afwerki, Eritrean president. His pictures are being shared with Isaias Afwerki. You can see on your screen. Awel Seid can be seen. It seems that he held a meeting with Isaias Afwerki, and some say he is on his way to Stockholm, Sweden. Will this festival be held or not? That remains to be seen. A journalist from Sweden, basically from Eritrea, has been in prison in Eritrea for around 2 decades. Daoud Isaac, Swedish national, has been in prison in Eritrea for the last 2 decades. He was put in prison when he published some articles calling for democratic reforms in Eritrea around 2 decades ago. Swedish government, Amnesty International, civil rights bodies have been calling for the release of Daoud Isaac, but he is still in prison. Let's see, will this festival be held in Stockholm, Sweden or not? Funds will be raised. We'll update you in coming week about this Eritrean Diaspora Festival in Stockholm, Sweden. Thank you for watching.